Hey, so this is just a bit of a ramble about how I can and do change my opinion based on the facts. Uh, and I'm not a sycophant, by the way. This goes back a couple of weeks to when I made the Sticks versus Anomaly debate analysis video. There were a couple people saying that I was just sucking up to Sticks. I really wasn't. Even in that video, I criticized Sticks. So I'm not a sycophant. And I've got a long history of criticizing Sticks. Back when he was doing the Ebola thing, I made a video, and this is still up. This is still public. I made a video explaining that Ebola is not going to be a thing. It's not going to come to the U.S., and if it does come to the U.S., it's not going to be that big a deal. It's not a big deal. Stop harping on Ebola. Then, when COVID came out, I also criticized him on that because I knew that COVID was not going to be a big thing. Now, I do admit when I get things wrong. I've also got a video on that. I got some mathematics wrong in one of my videos, and I came out in the very next video and said, look, I got it wrong. Here's how I got it wrong. Just remove this and we're good. But I do change my opinion based on the facts. That's actually how I came to adopt somewhat fascistic views into my libertarianism. That's how I came to the conclusion that Keynesian economics do have a time and place in which they function. And it is really bright through that window right now. You can see there's like just brightness on my glasses. But for anyone who thinks that I'm just stuck in my ways or that I'm a pundit or brainwashed or anything like that, they're fucking wrong. I do the research. I think critically. If I'm wrong about something, I will be the first to know, and I will be the first to say something. Okay? That's how it's been pretty much my whole life. That's how it was with my mathematics. I was the first one and the only one to know that I got it wrong. There's this guy who he commented on my COVID mathematics video last year, but he also commented on something today and was wrong. I'm not going to name names because I named his name last year. But last year he commented, now let's look at the real numbers. And he posted a whole bunch of bullshit that didn't have anything to do with the real numbers in reality. And he got his mathematics wrong. He ended up making it like a 30% mortality rate in his calculations. When in reality, COVID never got above 2.8% in the world. I mean, in individual places, it's been up as high as 4.8%. But in America, it never got above 2.8%. And at a global level, it never got above 2.8%. And actually, November last year, it was down to 2.1% in the U.S. A total of about 1.3 million people died as of January 2021, which is this year. 1.3 million people worldwide. That's 1.3 million people is less than 1% of the United States. There's about 7.8 billion people on the planet. That is around, so 1.3 million is about 0.0001% of that. So technically, the mortality rate of COVID-19 is 0.0001%. Of course, that doesn't take into account the actual infection rate. But I can and do admit when I get things wrong. I can and do change my opinion when I get things wrong. Other people do not. Other people think that giving talking points proves me wrong, or just posting an article that agrees with them proves me wrong. It really doesn't. You have to have an argument. You have to have logic and reason and evidence. Okay? That's how it works. I deal primarily with science, not with bullshit. If you want to change my opinion, you need to meet my scientific standard. And you can't do that because you are probably incompetent. Probably not competent enough to do that. If you are competent enough to do that, you would probably be Styx himself. Or someone with an actual PhD. I've actually argued with PhDs for most of my life and held my own. Convinced PhDs that I'm right. Okay? So, that's about all. I'm not a sycophant. I'm not stuck in my ways. I can be wrong, but I will always admit it. In fact, this is part of Hellbent philosophy, is owning up to my mistakes. But I own my mistakes. You do not. You do not tell me when I am wrong unless I am wrong. And if I am wrong, I will tell you, look, I'm sorry I got this wrong. And I might have to do that. In 2019, I predicted that the Civil War Part 2 would happen this year, 2021. And we've gotten very, very close. But it might not happen. It might not happen. So I will, we've still got several months to go, but if it doesn't happen, I'll have to come out and say, look, I got it wrong. But I've got a history of getting it right. I predicted Trump's victory a full year in advance, and there are people who remember that. Thank you for watching. Peace.